how's it going, and welcome to The Guitar Effect. My name's Rob. In this episode I'm going to be talking about something very different than I've ever talked about before, and that is a MIDI interface keyboard, right? I'm more than a guitar player, I'm a songwriter, and I demo all my band's material here in my house, and for a lot of that, for programming drums, we're doing synth parts, kind of doing controller changes on instruments and stuff like that. I use a MIDI interface keyboard. Synido, who this is by, reached out to me via email a while back and asked me to demo an audio interface of theirs, which looks like a great audio interface, but the specific type of audio interface it was, which is a mobile audio interface, is not something that I really have use for, and therefore not something I felt like me bringing a demo to the table was going to help with. However, I was in the market for a new MIDI interface keyboard, specifically one that had drum pads, and they have this really pretty keyboard, so I asked someone to send this out to me to demo, and they did. So thank you very much for Synido for sending this out. I really love it, it's great. So what this is a really simple MIDI interface keyboard, right? Now, just to kind of contextualize what I'm talking about here, I'm not a keyboard player. Funnily enough, I have started playing bits of synth in a tribute band that I'm in, as well as guitar, but I'm not a keyboard player. I have a really rudimentary knowledge of how to play keys, and what you could do with this, I probably know about 50%. But the 50% that I know of what you could do with this in a recording situation, and I'll make another demo, by the way, where I show it as a controller for my live keyboard rig. Just to really quickly go over what's in it, right? You have 8 pads here, which you can use to tap in drums, which I'll demo in a sec. You have a pitch wheel, you have a modulation, you have a pitch slider, I should say, which makes the pitch go up and down. You have a modulation slider, which can give you tactile control of one or a number of parameters at a time. You have 8 encoder knobs here, which you can use to control parameters of anything you want to. Like, for example, in the demo I show it controlling the parameters of the electric piano that I have, which just went off there for some reason, I don't know why. And then you have this small keyboard. So, oh yeah, and then you also have these transport buttons of, record, play, stop, fast forward, rewind and loop. So basically you can put this, I put this beside my desk, and when I come through either recording keyboard parts or playing in drum parts when I'm making demos of songs, I can start, stop, record and all that here without having to reach over to the keyboard, which is really handy. It's also a very cool purple colour. All of Synido's stuff is coloured really nicely, and then on the back it has a 9-volt in, it has it's a 5-volt, it has a guitar sustain pedal in, it has a USB port, and has a MIDI out, so you could also, you can use this as a MIDI keyboard. And then it has other controls, like it has octave up and octave down, it has a main encoder knob, it has a little display, which I'm hoping actually when I use it with Ableton as my controller for live, I'll be able to know what instrument I'm on. I haven't tried that yet. Yeah, and then it has some other kind of more complex bank up and bank down. You can switch between 2 different settings for these knobs with a button here. There's a lot of stuff that's beyond the level of, at this point anyway, use I'd have for it. But in terms of a MIDI interface keyboard, the keys feel really nice, the knobs feel really nice, and the pads feel great. So it's exactly what I want in a MIDI interface keyboard. It's small, it's light, it's compact, and it does everything it needs to do. So let me show you exactly what it can do. So here is the Synido TempoKey K25 demo. Okay, so how I have this set up right now is, as you would expect, right? So I'm after touching off the stand holding the camera and stuff. Okay, so how I have this set up now, as you would expect, is I have the keyboard just plugged into my MacBook, right? So you can see the keyboard here, and you can see the MacBook screen, and I'm in Logic, right? Right now I have a classic electric piano, which is actually an electric piano, and I also have Addictive Drum set up, but it says classic electric piano, right? So there's 2 things going on here, right? I'm just going to go into Addictive Drums for a second just to show you. If I click on here and I click on Addictive Drums, you'll see I'm using Addictive Drums there, right? Now, on the pads here, you can see I have kick, snare, hi-hat, open hi-hat, crash, rack tom, floor tom, and ride cymbal, right? I have them all set up on MIDI. I used the addictive drum software to do all those assignments. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how this is beneficial for the drums, first of all, for programming drums, or in this case playing them, and then I'm going to separately show you how I use it for the electric piano. Okay, so quite simply, the difference that having these pads makes to me here is I can use them to thump in drum beats. So say, for example, and now I'm not brilliant at this, right, I'm still kind of getting used to this. So say I wanted to program in a drum beat, I could go which is really, really useful as a way to put like a drum beat down without having to browse presets and find the kick and snare pattern you want. So if I try and get this right. No. It's really useful. I can go on the ride. Get the idea. So having those pads, which I didn't have on my previous keyboard, is going to make programming drums a lot better. And also, the more I do this with these pads, the easier it will make. Now, I was doing it on keys before on my previous keyboard, but the pads just feel really nice to tap into. So that's the first thing. Then secondly, I'm going to mute the drums for a sec and just show you all the control it gives you around a software instrument. So right here I have like the standard classic electric piano from Logic loaded in, right? And it's a nice surface to play. Like, it feels nice to play. So what are the controls that I can have? Well, really cool, right? If I click on the classical electric piano and double click it, I get this control panel here, and these 8 knobs now become these 8 knobs. So if I wanted more bell, now there's more front end attack on the note, but if I wanted less bell, I can turn it off here. And you can see it changing on screen there. Same thing happens with the treble, or duller. And then there is the drive. Drive is mad. And then I can back that off. And all these controls do what you need them to do. Then there's also, obviously, there's a, I don't know if this is going to work now. So the modulation here is controlling the drive, which is quite cool actually. And obviously there's a pitch wheel. Actually, I quite like these dots. I've never seen that before. You kind of know how far you're going up. So that's kind of the extent to which I would need to use it. Oh yeah, and then there's also these transport keys as well. Now, because of the way I'm recording, I can't show you the transport keys, but I can put this keyboard in a location, for example, where I might want to record something as part of a song. And rather than having to go back to the laptop to hit like play, record, loop, any of these controls, I have this set up as well, but if I do it now, it's going to stop the recording of Logic. So I can use it to record, to play, to pause, to stop, fast forward or rewind, or turn on the loop function, all here at my hands, which means that when I'm doing this, it means that I don't have to have my laptop to hand. I can do everything I need to do from the front of the keyboard here. So I can play my drums in, which I've demonstrated already. I can play my keys, and I can do all my transport controls. And then I also can assign these knobs here to control parameters of any one particular software instrument, or indeed anything to do with the drums I might want to do. There's also an arpeggiator function. There's a tap tempo. There's a fixed velocity and a note repeat. I haven't dealt with any of these yet, and also it comes with this piece of software which allows you to control a lot of different setup of the unit as well. So as a MIDI interface keyboard goes for a recording newbie, who wants to use it as a songwriting tool. It has everything it needs, and I really love the pads. I think it's a really nice little compact, great looking, nice feeling to play. The pads feel great, the keys feel great, the knobs feel great. It's just a great little keyboard. So there you go. Thanks to Synido for sending me this out. I think it's a really cool little compact MIDI controller, and I really like it. It's going to like make my songwriting all that much more enjoyable. So if you're looking for a MIDI interface keyboard for your home studio, and you know you're not a keyboard player, you're a guitar player or a songwriter in my case, I suppose, this is a really good piece of kit to have. It's going to make recording, writing way easier. Alright, so check it out from Synido, and thanks Synido again for sending it out. So if you've watched this far, as always, I'll ask you to please like and subscribe. If you've watched this and you don't know anything about my channel, because normally it's guitar players that watch my channel, the Guitar Effect is a equipment review channel, and this is one of the things I reviewed. So check it out. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I shall see you in another video again soon. Take it easy. Bye bye.